All the idea, none of the gear. That's what my son says all the time. Weirdly, I spend a lot of stuff on sort of the birds kit and housing and stuff, furniture, but I don't really spend that much on myself. In fact, if I didn't buy it, rather, if my wife or even Kyle didn't buy me stuff for Christmas, I'd probably just walking around in rags. I'm always the scruffiest person in the field because I just think I'm just going to get caked in mud anyway. Yes, not a good thing, but it is just a sad thing. Gloves. I'd like to say, look back on the channel and see all the different glove reviews from all the different glove makers whose gloves I've bought over the last few years. I haven't. Let me show you this glove. So I've only got two favourites. Look at this. So this glove, Falconry fabrication supplied 2010. It's perfect for falcons and small birds like ours. It's just one thickness, but it's not thin, flimsy leather. So it's got good feel, just like a nice hand glove would have. But the leather's thick, rigid enough to make it a nice perching platform. And that's really important. It's one thing having not many layers, but very, very thin, squishy, floppy leather means the birds are clinging onto your fingers. They can't balance as well. It needs a certain amount of stiffness to be the perfect glove for me, but it also needs to be supple and so thin I can feel through it. But this glove, 2010, look at the state of it. I actually, on one of the falconry forums, announced how good this glove was several years ago, and what a sad day that I'm now throwing it in the bin. And I chucked it in the bin because it was starting to get holes in it, and it had done a few thousand miles, gone round the clock twice. 2 days later, before bin day, I fished it back out. I was missing it that much. I use this glove every day for my school visits, flying birds indoors, more than anything else. Falcons from merlins to peregrines, hawks up to anything size goshawks, but now it just has the place of living in my van for indoor flying only. It's so tatty. I've brought two more since. Cheap gloves, cuff length like this, from other places. They've never been the same. They've never been the same. They're too thin, but I can't get rid of it. So glove number one, relegated to indoor flying. Let me show you the only other glove I use. Okay, here it is. Don't even know where it came from. Ultra cheap, probably cost me 20 quid, 25 quid. Also had it for years. There are holes in the stitching now. It's grubby, needs a brush off this morning for sure. Probably needs my usual glove care, which is chucking in a washing machine, letting air dry in a warm room, but not in a hot place like a radiator, beating and scrubbing to death with a suede wire brush, and then oiling when needs for oil, a gentle oiling with a bare hand, with a warm hand, it's sort of warming the oil as you rub it into the leather. That's my glove care, and it works well. If you don't scrub them or wash them in a washing machine, I don't really know how you can keep them clean. I mean, there must be bacteria on this now again, but you know, I don't know. Just oiling them and scrubbing them, I don't know. Now and again, I want them cleaning inside and out. So here we are, a very cheap, double thickness, I think. Actually, I think this has triple thickness, but it's really thin leather. Why do I love this glove? Again, it's perfect. Look at the length of it. It will go from a golden eagle to a kestrel. It's the full length of my arm, but it, despite actually, I'm surprised at myself, despite it being, yeah, 3 thicknesses, this glove is really thin. The feel is, you know, you could do up a nut and a bolt with this, no problem at all. But again, stiff enough leather that when the bird is perched on the glove, it's more branch-like. It's not all squishy and loose and pulling up under its feet. So stiff enough to be a perch, comfortable for the bird, but enough feel that you could easily do up a small nut and bolt. If your gloves are thick, eagle falconers do this all the time, especially new eagle falconers, they'll get a glove that's like the hide of a buffalo. It's the hide of a rhino, and it's so thick. Once you're wearing them, you have no feel through the fingertips whatsoever. You tend to then over grip the jesses because you can't feel them. especially if it's an eagle, because you're gripping tightly in case it baits, because it's heavy and it can pull the jesses from your hands. And you really get bad frostbite in the winter because you're gripping in that hot, cold weather, and you just end up with really bad frostbitten fingers. Again, you can get thermal line gloves. I never use them because I tend to use the same glove all the time. And in the summer, they're sweaty. And again, the thermal lining takes away a lot of that feel. But certainly there's times I wish I had a thermal line glove on in the winter. So for me, I've got 2 gloves that work well. This glove, I work in a Falconry centre. I can just pick up any bird. I keep a range of birds that I fly and work with at schools and for my own pleasure. Falconry, full length, nice thin feel, good grip for the bird. Does it need to go in the bin? Got a bit of life left in it yet. But I brought a new glove. Let me show you, at last. First one for a very long time. Hope you were there, but if you weren't, I hope you know that the Falconer Gathering happened this September. I didn't get time to hardly do anything, but I did have a real, very fast whiz around the trade stands just to check everyone was okay. And really, as I was packing away, I saw Chris Payne, who I'd obviously spoke to before to book him in to help him get his stuff to his stand, but I'd never spoke to the guy before. He used to make gloves for a very well-known glove maker. You'd know that just by the style of this glove, but he worked for himself. Link in the description for sure. Loads of people I know. There was loads of people that I know that make gloves. I was just tempted at the time as we were packing away, and I said, "Can you tailor make me a glove?" And he said, "Yeah, what do you want? Do you want a thick one for the eagle?" No, I actually said I want it to go to my elbow pit. Kind of fell a bit short there. I don't know whether that got lost in translation. A little bit short for an eagle, because eagles' foot spans are wide. They end up stepping off the glove with one of their feet because their legs are so far apart, if you like. Could do with being another 2 inches longer, Chris. But not to worry, maybe it was me losing it in translation, but it'll do for everything I'm doing really for now, and it will do for the eagles. One thickness, I think this is red deer hide. So this is quite a dense leather, and this is what you're looking for. A dense leather so the talons can't puncture, but not so many layers that the gloves, you know, you're just wearing a branch, you can't feel anything. So we've got a single thickness glove, really lovely, soft, supple leather that you can feel through, but again, with the density and the stiffness that makes it a decent perch for the birds. But well made, nice, solid, proper D-ring there. I'm going to tell you, it's a cliche and all, it fits like a glove, because unlike buying online, and the best thing about Falconers fairs and the Falconer Gathering, if they can attract the tradesmen by not pricing them out of existence, us punters can try stuff on. First time I've been able to try and buy a glove for decades. I said, in this size, one thickness, that colour, this long. Shrunk a bit, but it fits absolutely perfectly. You know, if I had one on the other hand, I'd have a lovely pair of leather gloves to wear. They're that supple, just exactly what I wanted. A glove that I can hunt a golden eagle with, or if needs be, fly a whiteface Scots owl in, or whiteface down nowadays, in a school hall. So just to say, this is thanks to Chris Payne. This is an unpaid promotion, but as always on this channel, credit where credit's due. Not a glove because I wanted to do a glove comparison or make a video about gloves, just the fact that thanks to the Falconers Gathering, I got to try on a glove on the last 10 minutes of the whole thing, and I just thought, what the heck? Not overpriced, more than 20 quid, but not overpriced at all. Everyone can afford a glove like this. There's loads of glove makers here in the UK, bespoke craftsmen. If you do get the chance to meet them and try their wares, for sure, worth every penny. Link in the description to Chris's, and thank you very much. I'll report back in a future journal how I'm getting on with this lovely handcrafted piece of kit.